Everyone is talking about Sofía Vergara's jaw-dropping birthday photos, and it's easy to see why. At 54, she stepped onto a luxury yacht off the coast of Italy wearing a striking red bikini, smiling as friends surrounded her with cake after cake, music, and a celebration that quickly took over social media. Fans couldn't stop asking the same question: how does she keep looking this incredible? But here's the thing, the bikini isn't the real story, neither is the yacht. And it definitely isn't the dozens of birthday cakes she joked about online. What made this birthday so different wasn't what everyone saw in the photos. It was everything those pictures quietly revealed. Just a few years ago, Sofía was navigating one of the biggest personal changes of her life. Today, she's entering a completely new chapter, with a younger man by her side, a career that's somehow bigger than ever, and a confidence that's leaving even longtime fans stunned. So, is this simply another glamorous celebrity vacation? Or is there a much bigger reason people can't stop talking about Sofía Vergara right now? Because once you look beyond the viral pictures, you'll realize this birthday may have marked the beginning of the most unexpected chapter of her entire life.
So happy to have you here.
Did you miss me?
Yes. I missed you so much.
I missed you a lot.
Yes. I love you.
Don't be creepy.
The internet practically stopped scrolling the moment Sofía Vergara shared snapshots from her birthday getaway in Italy. While many celebrities celebrate behind closed doors, Sofía did the exact opposite, giving fans a front-row seat to an unforgettable weekend aboard a luxury yacht along the breathtaking Italian coastline. The ocean, the sunshine, and the effortless glamour made it look like something straight out of a movie, but it was one photo in particular that sent social media into overdrive. Relaxing on the yacht in a vibrant red bikini, Sofía smiled confidently at the camera as the stunning Mediterranean stretched out behind her. Within hours, the image was everywhere. Fans flooded the comments with disbelief, saying she looked decades younger than her age. Others joked that she had somehow discovered the fountain of youth, while thousands praised the confidence she continues to show after more than 3 decades in the spotlight. The celebration only became more extravagant from there. As the evening unfolded, friends and family surprised her with cake after cake, complete with sparklers, music, and singing that turned dinner into a full-blown birthday spectacle. Sofía embraced every moment, dancing, laughing, and joking that Italy had given her 300 cakes. Later, she doubled down on the joke, posting that she had survived 15 cakes later, proving that her sense of humor is just as iconic as her style. What made the celebration even more special was the people surrounding her. Her son, Manolo, joined the festivities, along with close friends who made sure the entire weekend felt less like a Hollywood event and more like an intimate gathering filled with genuine joy. From personalized birthday flags to dancing servers carrying desserts, every detail reflected how loved she is by the people closest to her. Yet beneath all the laughter and glamorous photos was something fans couldn't ignore. This wasn't just another celebrity showing off a luxury vacation. There was a different energy about Sofía, one that many people hadn't seen in years. She looked relaxed, confident, and genuinely happy in a way that sparked endless conversation online. But while everyone focused on the pictures, someone standing quietly beside her was beginning to steal the spotlight, and that would open an entirely new chapter in Sofía Vergara's story. As stunning as the birthday photos were, eagle-eyed fans quickly noticed that the biggest surprise wasn't the yacht. It was the man quietly sharing the celebration with her. Douglas Chabbott isn't a Hollywood actor, musician, or reality TV star. In fact, that's exactly what makes him so intriguing. Unlike many of the people linked to A-list celebrities, Chabbott has managed to stay remarkably private, rarely giving interviews or seeking attention, despite now being connected to one of television's biggest names. What immediately fueled conversation online was their age difference. At 39, Douglas is more than 14 years younger than Sofía. Predictably, social media had plenty to say. Some questioned whether the relationship would last, while others applauded Sofía for refusing to let age define her personal life. Many fans even pointed out the double standard in Hollywood, where older male celebrities dating younger women is often treated as normal, but the conversation changes the moment the roles are reversed. What's perhaps even more surprising is how quietly their relationship developed. There were whispers and paparazzi photos for months before Sofía publicly acknowledged the romance. Instead of making a dramatic announcement, she simply began sharing subtle glimpses of their life together. A selfie here, a vacation photo there, and the occasional affectionate caption that spoke volumes without saying much at all. That low-key approach seems to match Douglas's personality perfectly. Despite moving comfortably in celebrity circles, he has largely avoided the spotlight. Reports say he serves as a vice president at his family's luxury jewelry business, preferring boardrooms over red carpets. His private social media presence reflects the same attitude, giving fans only a limited look into his personal life. Even so, Douglas is far from disconnected from Hollywood. He's been photographed alongside well-known stars, and reports suggest he has friendships with celebrities, including Dakota Johnson, Orlando Bloom, Tom Holland, Vanessa Hudgens, and Lauren Sanchez. It's an interesting balance. Someone with deep connections in the entertainment world who still manages to remain one of its biggest mysteries. As of recent reports, Sofía and Douglas still appear to be together, with the pair continuing to make public appearances and share moments from trips and major events. Neither has revealed much about where the relationship is headed, and they seem perfectly content keeping that part of their lives private. That silence has only fueled more curiosity, with fans constantly wondering whether there's an even bigger announcement waiting around the corner. But while everyone was busy speculating about Sofía's new romance, many overlooked the remarkable transformation that made this new chapter possible in the first place. When Sofía Vergara and Joe Manganiello announced the end of their marriage, many people assumed they already knew how the story would end. After years together as one of Hollywood's most admired couples, fans expected the split to mark the beginning of a quieter chapter for the actress. Some even wondered if she would take a step back from the spotlight altogether. That prediction couldn't have been more wrong. Instead of disappearing, Sofía seemed to hit the reset button on her entire life. She didn't just move on, she evolved. While headlines focused on her divorce, she was quietly building one of the busiest periods of her career, proving that setbacks don't always lead to slowdowns. Sometimes they become the spark for something even bigger. One of the clearest examples was Griselda, where Sofía shocked audiences by stepping far outside the comedic role that made her famous. For years, millions knew her as the hilarious Gloria Pritchett from Modern Family, but in Griselda, she transformed into a completely different character, earning praise from critics and viewers who admitted they had underestimated her range as an actress. It wasn't just another acting job, it was a statement that she had far more to offer than anyone expected. At the same time, she continued to thrive as a judge on America's Got Talent. Week after week, audiences saw a different side of Sofía, playful, confident, and effortlessly charismatic. The role kept her in front of millions of viewers while allowing her personality to shine in a way scripted television never could, and her ambitions didn't stop with entertainment. Behind the scenes, Sofía was expanding her business empire. Her beauty brand, Toti, reflected something deeply personal, embracing confidence instead of chasing unrealistic standards. Rather than promising to erase aging, the brand focused on protecting and caring for skin while encouraging women to feel good at every stage of life. It was a message that resonated with fans who had watched her grow over the decades. Financially, she continued to prove why she's long been considered one of the smartest businesswomen in Hollywood. Between acting, television, endorsement deals, licensing partnerships, and entrepreneurial ventures, Sofía wasn't simply maintaining her success, she was multiplying it. While many celebrities struggle to stay relevant after decades in the industry, she somehow found herself reaching an entirely new generation of fans. That's what makes her 54th birthday feel so symbolic. It isn't just a celebration of another year, it's a reminder that reinvention has no expiration date. At an age when many public figures begin fading from the spotlight, Sofía appears to be doing the exact opposite. She's landing major projects, building successful businesses, traveling the world, and attracting headlines for reasons that go far beyond her appearance. Perhaps that's why those birthday photos resonated with so many people. They weren't just pictures of a glamorous vacation. They captured someone who looked genuinely comfortable in her own skin, a woman who had weathered heartbreak, ignored expectations, and emerged stronger than ever. But that confidence didn't appear overnight. It was forged through years of sacrifice, painful setbacks, and challenges most fans never knew she faced. Looking at Sofía Vergara today, it's easy to believe everything came effortlessly. The designer outfits, the luxury vacations, the blockbuster career. But those glamorous photos hide a journey filled with sacrifices that most fans never see. Long before Hollywood knew her name, Sofía was simply a young woman growing up in Barranquilla, Colombia. She had dreams, but they looked very different from the life she'd eventually build. In fact, acting wasn't even her original plan. She briefly studied dentistry, imagining a future far removed from movie sets and television studios. But life had other ideas. Everything changed when opportunities in modeling and television began to appear. Chasing those opportunities meant making one of the hardest decisions of her life, leaving behind the comfort of home, her extended family, and the life she'd always known to pursue an uncertain future. It's the kind of gamble that countless people dream about, but very few actually take. The challenges only grew from there. Sofía became a mother at a young age, after welcoming her son, Manolo. While many young parents rely on stability, she was trying to build a career in an entirely different country at the same time. She has openly admitted that balancing motherhood with an ambitious career was never easy. There were school events she couldn't attend, birthdays she missed because work kept her traveling, and moments with her son that she wishes she could have experienced differently. Those are the sacrifices, she says, that still stay with her today. Breaking into Hollywood wasn't smooth either. For years, executives often saw her accent before they saw her talent. She was repeatedly told she didn't fit the mold for leading roles. Some believed audiences wouldn't understand her, while others tried to place her into the same stereotypical characters over and over again. Instead of allowing those limitations to define her, Sofía leaned into what made her unique. Eventually, that authenticity became one of her greatest strengths, helping turn Gloria Pritchett into one of television's most unforgettable characters. Then came a battle that many fans didn't even know she was fighting. In her late 20s, doctors discovered she had thyroid cancer during a routine medical examination. The diagnosis could have completely changed the course of her life. Thankfully, it was caught early, and after undergoing surgery and treatment, she recovered successfully. Since then, she's spoken openly about taking medication for the rest of her life and making her health a priority. Rather than hiding that chapter, she has used it to encourage others to pay attention to regular checkups, reminding fans that early detection can make all the difference. As if adapting to a new country and overcoming serious health challenges weren't enough, Sofía also embraced another major milestone. In 2014, she officially became a U.S. citizen. She later shared the experience with pride, joking about studying nearly 100 civics questions and proudly answering every one of them correctly. For her, it wasn't just a legal process. It represented years of hard work, perseverance, and finally belonging to the country where she had built her career and her family's future. When you put all of those pieces together, the glamorous birthday photos start to tell a very different story. They aren't simply images of wealth or fame. They're a reminder of everything Sofía had to overcome to reach this moment, leaving home, raising a son while chasing impossible dreams, surviving a frightening health scare, and refusing to let rejection define her. And that's exactly why so many people believe her story isn't finished yet, because the future may hold an even bigger chapter than anyone expected. With Sofía Vergara looking happier than she has in years, it didn't take long for the internet to start asking the obvious question: could wedding bells be in her future once again? So far, there's been no official announcement that she's engaged or planning another marriage. However, that hasn't stopped the speculation. Ever since she began appearing publicly with Douglas Chabbott, fans have been closely analyzing every vacation photo, every affectionate social media post, and every public appearance together. Some online users have even suggested that the pair look more serious than they're letting on. Still, it's important to remember that these are fan theories and media speculation, not confirmed facts. One thing that has been impossible to ignore is the conversation surrounding their age gap. While some critics questioned whether a relationship with a man more than a decade younger could last, many others rushed to Sofia's defense. Fans argued that if Hollywood routinely celebrates older men dating younger women, then the same standard should apply when the situation is reversed. In many ways, the discussion became less about Sofia's love life and more about society's double standards. Perhaps what surprised people the most is how different Sofía seems today. Scroll through her recent posts, and you'll notice a recurring theme. She's smiling, traveling, dancing, laughing with friends, and embracing life with an energy that many fans say feels completely genuine. Of course, social media only shows a carefully selected glimpse into someone's life, so no one can know exactly how she feels behind the scenes. But based on what she's chosen to share publicly, many supporters believe she's entered one of the happiest chapters of her life. That optimism also extends to her career. Following the success of Griselda, industry insiders continue to speculate about what challenging role she might take on next. Fans are eager to see whether she'll pursue more dramatic performances after proving she can do far more than comedy. At the same time, she remains a familiar face on America's Got Talent, while continuing to expand her beauty brand, Tody, and other business ventures that have helped transform her from television star into a full-fledged entrepreneur. What's remarkable is that Sofía no longer seems driven by the need to prove herself. Instead, she appears focused on choosing projects she genuinely enjoys while continuing to build businesses that can outlast her acting career. It's a strategy that many celebrities struggle to master, but one she's executed with impressive consistency. And perhaps that's the biggest reason people continue to admire her. Yes, she's glamorous. Yes, she's successful. And yes, she still dominates headlines whenever she posts a single photo. But for millions of people around the world, Sofía Vergara represents something much deeper. She left her home country to chase an uncertain dream. She raised a son while building a career from the ground up. She overcame health challenges, survived public heartbreak, reinvented herself after divorce, and refused to let age define what was possible. That's why her 54th birthday resonated with so many people. It wasn't just another celebrity celebration on a luxury yacht. It became a reminder that reinvention doesn't have an expiration date, and that sometimes the most exciting chapter of your life begins long after the world thinks it already knows your story. At first glance, Sofía Vergara's 54th birthday looked like the kind of celebration only Hollywood's biggest stars could pull off. A luxury yacht, drifting along the Italian coast, endless birthday cakes, glamorous outfits, and photos that instantly went viral around the world. But the birthday was never really about the red bikini. It wasn't about proving she could still turn heads. And it certainly wasn't about convincing people that she looks younger than her age. The real story is much bigger than that. Those photos captured a woman who has spent decades rebuilding her life, one chapter at a time. She left her home country to chase an uncertain dream, became a young mother while trying to establish a career, survived a frightening cancer diagnosis, faced rejection because of her accent, endured the heartbreak of a very public divorce, and somehow emerged stronger after every setback. Today, she isn't simply celebrating another birthday. She's celebrating resilience. She's celebrating growth. And perhaps most importantly, she's celebrating the freedom that comes from no longer living for other people's expectations. Whether her relationship with Douglas Chabbott eventually leads to another wedding or simply becomes another meaningful chapter in her life, one thing is already clear. Sofía Vergara isn't chasing the past. She's building a future entirely on her own terms. Maybe that's why millions of people continue to admire her. Not because she appears ageless, but because she refuses to let age define what's possible. In a world obsessed with staying young, Sofía Vergara is proving something far more powerful. Sometimes your most confident, most successful, and most fulfilling chapter doesn't happen in your 20s or 30s. Sometimes it begins after 50.